Small Talk. I hope you're excited for all the fun things we've got planned for today. Today we're going to continue learning about a man called Joseph from the Bible. And if you remember from last week, Joseph had a very special coat. And we learned last week that God was with Joseph when he was happy. And God is with us when we're happy. And this week we're going to see Joseph gets a bit sad because he gets in a really sad situation. But God is still with him, and God is with us too when we're sad. Well, I hope you enjoyed Small Talk this week.
In Small Talk, we're learning all about a man called Joseph. And we're learning today about how he gets taken away, and on the way he'll have to camp. So I thought we'd have a little thing to do with things you might find in nature. So I've been on a nature hunt, and I'm going to see if I can paint with them. So I found the dead head of a flower. Don't pick any nice ones. A thistle, that's a bit prickly, ouch. This is off a tree, a conifer tree that doesn't lose its leaves. And this is a big leaf I found on the floor. And then some more lovely leaves. Oh, that one's got a little spider on who's come to visit me, and a pine cone. And I'm going to have a go at painting. I think I'll have a go at doing my pine cone pink. So I'm just putting it in some paint, and I'm going to make some patterns. Oh, this looks like rain, pink rain. Shall I show you my pink rain? There you go. Look at my pink rain. What else can I do? How about this one? It looks a bit like a tree. Should we have a yellow tree? That's a weird colour, isn't it? So I'm going to dip it in the paint. Oh, make sure you ask your grown up to help you because it is a bit messy. And then I'm going to paint trees. Oh, that doesn't make a very good pattern, does it? That's just a big squidgy. Can you see? Let me see what else I can do. I'm going to have a go with this one, see how this comes out. See if it's any better. Now this is spiky, so I wonder if this will be a bit like our rain. Are you ready? I've got lots of paint on there and do spikes. Oh, it's like a spider crawling all over the paper. There you go. Can you see all the spikes from that thing in nature? Now, what shall I do next? How about my big leaf? That'll make a nice pattern, won't it? You ready? I'm going to dip it in. Ooh, a squidgy blue all over it. You might get a little bit messy. Are you ready? I'm going to paint with my blue leaf. Ooh, what's that going to be like? Wow, look at that. Maybe I could do some on here and it'll become a Picasso. Picasso is an artist who used to just slap things all over. Here we go. Wow, look at that. Can you see it? What about this one? Do you think that'll make an interesting pattern? Let's give it a dip in the pink. Oh, it makes a nice sound. Can you hear the rattly sound? Ready? Wow, look at that. Can you see? And I think I'm finally going to finish off with my thistle. What colour shall I do my thistle? What's your favourite colour? I think I'm going to go for yellow. See if my thistle makes a nice pattern. You ready? Oh, it makes splodges. A bit more paint. There you go. And there is my nature picture. Isn't it amazing? All those lovely things from nature. You too could make a picture like this, but I bet it would be even better when you do it. See you later.
It's time now for our story from the Bible. Remember, the Bible is the book that's all about God. And over the next few weeks, we're learning about a man called Joseph. Sam taught us a bit about Joseph last week, and we learnt that God was with him when he was happy. Can you do a big smiley happy face? Yeah, God was with Joseph when he was happy. And he's with us too when we're happy. But God's not just with us when we're happy. He's with us when we're sad too. Can you do a sad face? Well, in our story about Joseph from the Bible, we'll see that Joseph gets in a really sad situation, but God is still with him. Do you remember last week that we learned that Joseph's dad bought him a really special coat? It wasn't like this black, boring one of mine. No, Joseph's coat, it was bright and colourful and beautiful. But Joseph had 11 brothers, and they didn't get a bright, beautiful coat. So Joseph's brothers, they didn't like him that much. They were jealous. One day, Joseph's dad said to Joseph, "Go and find your brothers who were out looking after the sheep." So off Joseph went to find his brothers. And when his brothers saw Joseph coming, can you do a looking action as if you spotted Joseph in the distance? There he is. When his brothers saw Joseph, well, they were angry and cross because they didn't like him. They were jealous. So they made a plan. And what they did was when Joseph came, they took off his special jacket and they tore it up and they threw Joseph into a pit. That's how much they didn't like him. Can you imagine how Joseph must have felt when he was in the pit? He must have been really sad. Can you do a sad face? But even in the pit when Joseph was sad, God was still with him. But then the brothers had a change of their plan, and instead they decided to sell Joseph to some men. Some men came on camels. Camels are the animals with big humps. And they came and they sold Joseph to the men. And the men took Joseph to Egypt. Can you imagine how Joseph must have been feeling then? He was being taken away to Egypt. He must have been really sad. Can you do that sad face again? But even when Joseph was being taken away to Egypt, God was still with him. Even though Joseph was sad and in a really hard situation, God was with him. And God's with us too. That's what the Bible is all about. It's how God loves us and how he's always with us, even when we're sad, just like God was with Joseph.
I wonder if you can guess who's in our tent. Come out.
Hello. Whoa. Well, it's time for our activity. And why am I in a tent? Well, we saw in our story, didn't we, that Joseph was sad. Joseph was sad because his brothers sold him into slavery. And on his way to Egypt, he would have been in a caravan with the people who were travelling. And so they would have had tents and they would have had to make a fire. And so that's our activity for today. So I've been and I've gone and collected some sticks for my fire. I wonder if you could go into your garden or the local park and you could pick up some little twigs. Make sure you get the old and dry ones. They're good for fire and they're not as messy. And into my basket, I'm going to put my sticks. If you've got a pop-up tent, then you could sit in your pop-up tent as well. If not, maybe you could make another den. It's up to you. But we're going to make our little fire by putting our twigs together. And then I've managed to cut up some colourful bits of paper. What colour is a fire? Well, I think that's right. It's orange and red. Sometimes it's a bit yellow and blue. But we're going to put our cut up pieces of paper in here so that our fire looks like it's all lit up. And just like Joseph was travelling and he would have needed a tent and a fire, so we also have made a tent and some fire. So that's our activity for today. See you later.
It's time now for our singing, and our first song is called You Are Always With Me. You might not know this one, so we'll sing the chorus through twice, and hopefully by the second time you'll be able to sing along as well. And there's some actions too which you can join in with as well. Are you ready? You are always with me, Jesus. Where could I go? Where could I hide? You are always with me, Jesus. You'll never leave my side. Let's sing that together again. Are you ready? You are always with me, Jesus. Where could I go? Where could I hide? You are always with me, Jesus. You'll never leave my side. For our next song, we're going to sing Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes. Are you ready? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Whew, great work, guys. This time, we're not going to say the word heads. Are you ready? Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Should we do that again? This time, we're not going to say the word heads or shoulders. It gets a bit tricky. You ready? Knees and toes, knees and toes. Knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Knees and toes, knees and toes. Great. For our last time, we're going to do all of the words, but we're going to try and sing it as fast as we can. Are you ready? Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. And eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees and toes, knees and toes. Whew, it's like a workout. Final song, we're going to sing The Grand Old Duke of York. Do you know this one? Sing along with me. Are you ready? The grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of a hill, he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Should we sing that one again? The grand old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of a hill, he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. Great work, guys. Well, that's the end of small talk for today. I hope you had a great time learning about how God is with us when we're sad, just like he was with Joseph. See you next week. Bye.